Yahoo! Yippee! Kudos! Felicitations! Congratulations! Different words, but all with the same basic meaning, expressing praise for an achievement. You have now completed Module 8. Vocabulary. And you deserve a word of praise, so pick the word that suits you best. This module was all about words, from recognizing the printed form to hearing its oral equivalent, attaching meaning to it, and using it in a variety of ways and contexts. Most importantly, it was about ways to bring this to life for students. I want to thank Dr. Kim Kimball Lopez for pulling the content of this module together and opening our eyes to the wonderful world of words. You may remember that Dr. Kimball Lopez shared an old adage with us at the end of her introductory video, and I would like to remind us again of that saying, as it speaks volumes for the purpose of this module. The saying reads, "Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime." This module covered a lot of information, but the bulk of it pertained to the need to teach students how to fish, how to determine the meaning of unknown words for themselves. This is critical because of the strong reciprocal relationship between vocabulary and comprehension. The goal of reading is comprehension, to understand what was read, but if students do not know what the words in the text mean, then how can they understand what they read? We know that students must be able to decode, so they can produce the oral equivalent of the word, but this is just the beginning of reading. The trifecta we are looking for is that we want students to produce the oral equivalent of the word, and then have strategies in place to determine its meaning. Now they are one step closer to putting this together and constructing an understanding of what was read. The role of vocabulary lies in that middle step, adding meaning to words, and that is what this module attempted to do. There was a lot of information covered, but remember that the module is here for you to revisit anytime you need to refresh your understanding of vocabulary development and the instruction needed for that development to occur. In the meantime, let's touch on a few key takeaways that you might want to be sure are firmly stowed in your backpack until you need to retrieve them. Effective vocabulary instruction has three major components: word selection that grows vocabulary and promotes word learning, explicit instruction in word learning strategies, and engaging wordplay activities that encourage students to be word conscious. Vocabulary instruction should include both Tier 1 and Tier 2 words, as well as high-frequency words and content-specific words, as appropriate. Students acquire vocabulary knowledge through direct and indirect learning, so students must be exposed to both, and both must be planned as critical components of vocabulary instruction. Even indirect instruction is planned. Instruction should provide a combination of breadth, exposure to many words, and depth, teaching some words to a deep level of understanding. Strategies should be used that help students make connections between known and unknown words, and that teach students various means of determining the meaning of unknown words. And last but not least, vocabulary knowledge is predictive of reading comprehension, and students who possess a broad and deep level of word knowledge are likely to be better comprehenders of text. We started our closing with the notion that the bulk of the information in this vocabulary module focused on teaching kids how to fish, how to determine the meaning of unknown words for themselves. I think you will agree that implementation of those takeaways will do just that under the guidance of a vocabulary-attuned teacher who knows the importance of growing students' vocabularies through both intentional and incidental, but on purpose, instruction that focuses on word learning strategies taught and assessed in a word-rich classroom. Thank you for your attention to this module, and I hope that it brought you a moment of anagnorisis for you, and that you are eager to go into the classroom to try out ways to embrace vocabulary instruction. Before you sign off, it is time to add your much-deserved vocabulary badge.